Welcome back to the Upper Tier podcast, guys. This is a little extra to your Pro Wrestling Weekly. I'd say you know me well by now. I'm Sean, one of two, one half. Today I am joined by not only the current X Division champion, but the youngest in history, Mr. Leon Slater. Leon, how are you?
I'm very good, man. I'm very good. I'm glad to be talking to you today. I'm excited.
Thanks so much for joining us. Just before we get into questions, I want to say, everybody, if you are not subscribed to TNA Plus, get subscribed now. Um, in UK and Ireland, for the fans, use code Leon YIC for 1 month free. TNA Plus is amazing. You can watch back all your favorite pay per views, shows, and keep caught up on this man right here and see what he gets up to. Now, Leon, first of all, how are you feeling after your big win?
Amazing, man. Like that was I've said it a couple of times, but it really was a life-changing moment for me. You know what I mean? Like the X Division belt is something I've been striving towards, and it's been a goal for me since I can remember, since I was a child. So to finally get that, to take that off the bucket list and have my family there and have AJ come out afterwards. And, that whole week really was just a blur. And Slammiversary was definitely the best day of my life. So I'm on a high right now. I'm on cloud nine.
Has it set in? Has it fully set in?
So originally, like, no, it's definitely taken some time, but like the more I come home and I see the X Division belt just like sat in my bedroom, and like the more independent shows that I do where like, bro, I could swear to you, it sounds like John Cena just come out the door, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm doing shows back at home now, and I'm like making my entrance with the belt and stuff, it's definitely starting to feel more real. But I hope it's one of them things where it just kind of never wears off and it always feel like it's kind of a dream.
Amazing. So, obviously, we've seen the excitement on your face when AJ came out. How did it feel knowing that he was the first ever champion and you were standing in the ring, now the new and current champion? What does that mean to you?
It's huge, man. And like as someone that grew up watching AJ, it's huge for me, you know what I mean? Because he was the guy in TNA. He put the company on his back for years and years and years, and he put the X Division on his back, you know what I mean? Like he was the X Division when it first started. So not only was that cool, but for it to be the first time um that AJ had come back in like a decade plus, like 10 years plus to TNA. Like I said, like the company that he put on his back and built to the place that it is now. Like when a lot of people think about TNA, they think about AJ Styles, you know what I mean? So for his return, not only to happen while I'm in the ring, but for him to come down and shake my hand and sing my praises and have my family front row in front of what was pretty much a sold out UBS arena was incredible. Because again, like he didn't have to do that. I don't think anyone would have complained if, AJ came down and he said, "Thanks for being here. It's good to be here. It's nice to be home, whatever." And had that moment to himself. But he was gracious enough to share that with me, and that's something I'm gonna remember and cherish forever.
I'd say you felt like a child in the moment. I know I would too.
Absolutely, absolutely, I did.
Obviously, with the X Division title having such a strong lineage, and as you said, AJ Styles, Moose, Chris Sabin, what are your plans to uphold the legacy of the title and potentially elevate it?
So I said it a couple of weeks ago on Impact. I feel like Moose captures one side of the X division where like it's never been about weight limits, it's about no limits, right? And that's kind of been the slogan for the X division. And Moose definitely um kind of brings that to life in terms of there's no weight limits, there's no limits, right? Um because he's this super heavyweight freak that can move just as well as all the rest of us, and he can springboard, and he's faster than me, and he's stronger than me. Like Moose is an absolute alien, man. But I think what I bring to the table is almost like a breath of fresh air, but that breath kind of smells like the old X division. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day when AJ was running it and Christopher Daniels in Amazing Red, when it was about like speed and innovation and the uniqueness of it, So I feel like that's kind of what I'm trying to bring back to the X division, and push it forward into a modern setting. Because if you look at professional wrestling pre-X division and professional wrestling post-X division, the X Division changed the whole way that we look at modern professional wrestling, right? So to be the kind of figurehead and to be the face of such a game changing division in 2025 is a very, very special opportunity. So I'm excited to bring the X Division into modern wrestling, and to see what I can do to evolve it and progress it.
It's good to have that mix of old and new, kind of. So it is.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Um, I watched an interview back from, I think it was a few months ago, and you mentioned how big the independent scene had on your career and how big of an impact it had leading up to you getting signed to TNA. Just what did the independent scene mean to you? Do you miss it, or?
The independent scene means the world to me, man, because I wouldn't be where I am without it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have had the buzz that I had for TNA management at the time to even take notice of me to get this opportunity. So I really do owe my the whole life that I live to the independent scene, and it's something that I'm starting to miss, but I'm still fairly active. You know what I mean? Like when I'm at home, I'm doing Rev Pro, I'm doing some US independent dates, which is another cool thing about TNA. You know what I mean? A big part of it was that I was going to be obviously exclusive TV wise to TNA, which was super cool. But even more than that, there was still an opportunity to go and still learn my craft on the independents. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm at the point where I've got so much of my career ahead of me and I've got still so much learning to do that I want to try and learn at as many places as possible. So I still get to go and wrestle in Germany, wrestle in France. I still get to wrestle at home, wrestle in the States, like I was saying. So the independent team will forever hold a special place in my heart for sure.
Obviously, being from Ireland, I am very hopeful and very excited someday that we get to see you back in OTT again, over the top
Absolutely.
wrestling. I missed the last time you were here, but I watched it and I enjoyed every moment of it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Just
that.
to kind of finish off asking questions here, my last question to you is, for the last of your 2025 into 2026, what do you see, or do you see yourself hopefully gunning for maybe the tag team titles or hopefully the world title?
Absolutely, man. I think like especially in 2025, there's endless possibilities. So I don't even think I'm limited to a TNA title. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different paths that I could go down. Maybe I hold this belt for the rest of the year and further than that, and become the longest ever X Division champion, or maybe I get the most defenses in a reign ever, or maybe there's always option C. Maybe if nobody else can bring it home, maybe I challenge Trick for the main belt for the world title and try and bring that home to TNA. Speaking about Trick and NXT, maybe I go and challenge Ethan Page for his belt. You know what I'm saying? The North American title. There's so many possibilities in 2025, and especially with this partnership we've had with NXT and heading into Bound for Glory as well, which is another one of our huge pay-per-views, which I think we've had the biggest pre-sale for ever. You know what I'm saying? Which is a crazy stat to be able to say, but it's very, very exciting time to be a professional wrestler, and it's even more exciting to be the X Division champion in 2025. So I think the rest of this year and all the time after that is going to be special, man, and it's going to be fun.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you have in store. Now, folks, just to let you know, Slammiversary Fade to Black comes out to all subscribers this Wednesday. Do not miss it. It's a behind the scenes look. You get to see our man Leon Slater behind the scenes and how he felt after and before his match. So don't forget that. Also, Bound for Glory ticket sales, pre-sale, best ever. That is massive for the company. So it is. So if you haven't got tickets for Bound for Glory or haven't thought of heading over yet, get your tickets, head over, see this man in action. He is absolutely amazing. Look, Leon, thank you so much for taking the time out today. I really, really appreciate it, and hopefully we can do this again sometime.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sean. Been a pleasure, man.
Thank you.